In the showroom at Taltoria with myself, Ryan O'Connor. An interesting month it's been. We've had Joanne Strauss and the Parsia Khaleesi and of course JP Dominey as we highlight some of the most amazing South Africans. Our next South African wrapping up Women's Month is the incredibly talented, extremely good looking and of course incredibly smart Zoe Brown. Wrapping up an amazing month of August, it's Women's Month, and it gets no more inspirational than the rising star and the future of radio and TV, Zoe Brown.
Oh, Ryan, I love that you said rising star. Thank you for that.
You are, because I mean, people have seen you on TV. You're a household name in not only the Western Cape but in South Africa. But I mean, the future is still. I mean, you're still so young. You've still got so much in terms of a screen time, radio time to offer. What do you prefer, radio, TV?
I get asked that question all the time, but I think for me, it's both. My love for the industry started off with radio, and it was only once I was in radio did the question or the idea of being on TV actually come about. So it was if it wasn't for radio, it wouldn't have been TV. And I think the skills I've learned in radio has definitely saved me in TV. You know, when you get asked to like shmeh and like make up a few things for a minute long, you learn that from radio.
Because people don't realize how hard live TV is. Live radio, you can at least look at one another and kind of look like as if to say, what next? You can't do that on live TV.
No, I find with radio, you're at least in control. I mean, if you don't know what to say, if you feel like you're a bit of a stumble, music's your backup.
Yes.
But TV, you have a director that's in control of the buttons. So you have to wait for him to say, okay, I'm counting you down now. You can now wrap it up. But I think that's part of the fun and part of the challenge that comes with it, because you never know what to expect.
You've got the looks, you've got the brains, you've got the complete package, as they'd call it. Is TV and radio and the media side of your life something you've always wanted to be from a young age be involved in?
Funny enough, not. This is all a new dream in industry. So I kind of was that one kid that never knew what I wanted to do growing up. I always had an idea, and I actually thought I would be a Miss South Africa. That was the goal, to be a Miss South Africa.
If you'd entered, you would have won.
You know what? I did enter, and I didn't make it through.
Really?
I didn't make it
Judges,
through.
you should be so sorry that you didn't let her go through.
Well, at least I tried.
Yeah.
So when I was in varsity, when I entered, I took a gap year after high school, went to varsity in Stellenbosch. And then when I eventually entered and it didn't happen, I was like, okay, well, why did you want the crown? Why did you want to be a Miss South Africa? And I think for me it was to have that platform to be able to reach more people. And I can do that through radio. I'm now able to do it through TV. I'm now able to do it through social media. So I found other avenues to really get to why I initially wanted the crown.
Absolutely. And you tell that inspirational story when you're away from the microphone and the camera. You mentioned social media accounts. There are so many young women, and especially wrapping up this month of significance. It's Women's Month. So many young ladies that look up to you, and you yourself are still, we had Joanne Strauss on, and she's been there, done that. You are on, you're just building your empire as you're going along. But young girls are watching you going, I want to be the next Zoe Brown. Wrapping up this amazing month, what would your message be to those young females looking to get into the industry, looking to be the next Zoe? What's your message to them?
Well, I think I'm going to gear the message towards social media.
Sure.
I really think you can get a message across by keeping your clothing on. You can still get the likes that you want by staying authentic and true to yourself. I feel too many girls are using the platforms not to better themselves for the right reasons.
Sure.
And I think we need to be so careful what we put out on social media, and this goes for guys and girls. It can have really, really strong ramifications for your career, for your family. But I think my rule of thumb is if I won't say it or show it or do it in front of my dad, I won't put it on social media.
I love that message. Young ladies and young men, take heed. If you don't want to, if your mom and dad are looking at whatever you're putting out there and going, sis, then you know it's definitely not the right thing. Just quickly, we'll wrap up with this question. The future for you, there's still plenty, as I said, left. I think that you haven't conquered the greatest achievement yet. You're there, you're everywhere, but there's still so much more because you've got so much talent. What's next on the radar for Zoe Brown?
Well, I think I haven't really thought of the next. I do have a couple of projects. I mean, I really want to go study further next year. I did my honors degree in political science. I really want to do my master's. That's one of the takes I want to do it. And I feel like my honours thesis is so relevant for today, and I basically looked at the power of social media, or in fact I looked at what media has on foreign policy, but I want to take it a step further and take a look at the impact social media has on politicians and politics in general, which is such a current thing right now. So that's the goal. Go do my
I
masters.
am blown away. So if you never knew that about Zoe Brown, now you know. And I mentioned the brains to go with the looks, ladies and gentlemen, the most incredible rising star, and one that you'll see again and again in your mornings, both on TV and in the afternoons on radio, Zoe Brown.